Konnichiwa.
Shalom.
We are in Rec Room again doing talkie time. This time it's a recording and not a stream because the stream was really long and I'm gonna have to cut that into bits and I don't want to have to do that again. So I'm gonna record it individually. It's gonna be great. So, to start off today, I thought of a great. Actually, have you got any questions first? Because I thought of a great question.
How do you feel about the redwood forest being cut down?
Uh, okay, that's a strange one, but I don't know, honestly. I really don't have an opinion on it. I mean, it's bad, but I would have the same opinion on it cutting down any other form of forest. Like, you could cut down any
I know.
forest, and I would still have the same opinion. The fact that it's
I think
redwood doesn't make a difference to me personally.
I have a problem with it. It is one of the rarest trees. It is probably one of the most beautiful trees you will ever see. And humans just gone, yep, we'll take that bit of timber, yeah, bruv."
I just
It-
think, I look at it the same way it's like every other forest. Like, we probably shouldn't cut down forests, and we should probably grow trees. Like, farm it, you know?
mhm, I agree.
Yeah.
I that, that's
I
my thing of it,
Cool.
unless you have anything else to add.
I have nothing else to add to that. But I
Okay.
do have the question: what is your opinion on the prison system and like the in the sense of like, do you think it's too do you think it's too relaxed? Like, do you think it's too relaxed, or do you think it's like too tough? Do you think like what do you think about it?
I believe that the prism system is fucked because there's one human right. There's multiple human rights, but there's one human right. Actually, there's sort of two human rights if you count the death sentence that they've broken: the right not to kill and the right not to be tortured.
They stopped all that a
And
long time
the,
ago, though. I'm on about the current situation of the prison system.
no, they still do death sentences in America, Qatar, everywhere around the world,
But then
basically.
at the same time, I'm gonna just for your information, the person who commit the crime, you usually get the death sentence for murder. So they've already broken human rights
Yeah, but
by doing their
what
crime.
if you execute someone? What makes you any different?
The fact that you got rid of a criminal. And I do agree in the sense of like I'm not gonna turn around and like reinstate the bloody code where it's like man stole bread, kill him. Like, man's nicked a bit of whole wheat. I don't care. Like, he's not hurt anyone. But like, turn around, say like fucking, I don't know, Jack the Ripper in the situation. Say there was a modern day Jack the Ripper and he killed and mutilated several people, right? You like, him dying does nothing but good. Like, there is no valid reason for him to have, like, he doesn't deserve to have human rights when he has sat and murder and mutilated several people.
Yeah, but you've also got to realize that 90% of murderers had tumors in their brain as well.
That is wrong.
That is not wrong.
That is wrong.
Go on, Google it then.
I will fucking Google that right now.
All right then.
This is such a spaz search. I'm googling it now. I mean, you can't see it on the stream, but I'm in my VR stuff and I'm in the Oculus dashboard and I'm searching what percentage of murder, what percentage of murderers have brain tumor. Fucking from this long fucking Scientific American document. What do you mean?
Well,
And
go on then.
there's nothing in here say that. It just says that like murders are generally done by people with mental disorders slash brain injuries.
Well, maybe it went down due to chemotherapy, but my point still stands.
Wait, what time frame was this that these people had brain tumors?
Truth well, not before chemotherapy, but around early
I that
1990s,
I
80s.
can I can I will put everything I own that was wrong, because most murders aren't even done by psychopaths or things. It's just someone who got angry, killed someone, and a lot of the time the person either regrets it because they're in prison or did it because they're a bit off the plot. Most of them don't have brain. If you said like psychological issues, I would agree with you. I imagine most actual like proper murderers probably do have psychological issues, yes, or past trauma. Brain tumors, I feel like that's very specific. That's
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
in the
and
same
you said
category.
90%. That would imply, let's say, a million people murdered someone, or murdered like people. 900,000 of them had brain tumors.
1 in 2 people have cancer. Hang on, let me look up this statistic.
One in That's half of the
Oh,
people. And also cancer is a completely different kettle of fish. Cancer and a brain tumor are two very different things. You can get a brain tumor and not have cancer.
do you not know what a brain tumor is?
Not all tumors are cancerous.
Isn't that the point of a tumor?
No, you can have a tumor and a cancerous tumor are different things.
What the fuck?
You can have a tumor and a non-cancerous tumor.
I have just learned this.
Fucking Google it. I promise you. Biology and shit. You can have
Whenever
tumors
my
and
phone decides to
non-cancerous
fucking
tumors.
load, you know.
Like I like again like certain things, like I think most tumors are cancerous, but you can get non-tumorous cancers. Like quite common.
Trash. Oh no.
I'm just realigning myself. Who's that kid up there? Selfish chicken.
I'm playing Jumanji.
Just gonna ignore him. Right. But like, see, I feel like, murderers and serial killers. I
Oh
feel like,
shit.
yeah, man's
Cancers
learning
and
things.
tumors aren't the same thing.
Yeah,
It's just like a
cancer.
general it's just like a general growth.
Yeah, you can get cancerous
Hmm.
tumors and you get tumors. But like, anyway, back on the topic. Not like if you're right. If one in two
But
people had,
that technically means that cancer can be caused by like a bit of water. Because like if you overhydrate, I'm pretty sure if you like water can go into your brain and like push on bits of it.
I
And
wouldn't
we've
say
been
that's a tumor. I'd just say that's waterlogging your brain.
fair enough.
Because you don't because I tumors like an excess in cells and stuff, I think, and then cancer is like it's cancerous.
Mm.
Cancer, I think cancer is like a very specific form of like the makeup of that cell. Like I think if the DNA is a certain way, or like broken in a certain way, or like mutated in a certain way, that makes it cancer. And if it's not that way, it's not cancer. But like what the reason why one in two people have cancer
Hmm.
is because everyone it's very easy to get cancer because cancer is just like I said, it is just cells, mutated cells. That's what cancer is.
Hmm.
It's really because every basically, to put some existentialism on you, every time your cells multiply, you have a chance of one of those being cancerous or mutated. But usually, like most of the time, your body can either destroy the cell because it realizes that's not right. Let's get rid of that, so it destroys the cell. Or if you get a freaking, or if you fucking, what's it called? My brain is completely blanked. Either the body destroys the cell, or the cell doesn't survive long enough because it's mutated. There you go. Right. So a cancerous one, it would happen obviously because your body's just like blah, 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 hasn't realized that it's there, and it started to spread because cancerous cells tend to spread more than non-cancerous cells, so it gets really big really quick, and then it gets to a point where the body can't control it.
Huh.
That's what happens. But like that's why it's more common in older people because the bodies aren't as good, so they have a higher chance of the mutated cells slipping by and producing. Henceforth, why 1 in 2 people could have cancer, because it's not that hard to get. It's just not that hard to get rid of either. Once at very, very, very early stages, at this, like one cell, because your body just kind of goes, no, no, you are wrong, and then gets rid of it. Henceforth, why many
Damn.
people can have cancer. And anyway, back to prison because I had to explain cancer.
Jesus, that went off the rails.
It does, as it should, because it's conversation. It spurs onto different things, which makes it interesting, which means one conversation can last a while. But prison, I personally believe that like death sentence is okay under the circumstances, under like valid circumstances. If manslaughter, I would say, doesn't deserve death sentence because manslaughter is just accidental murder. I think manslaughter shouldn't even have that bad of a punishment, depending on the situation. Drunk driving, manslaughter, maybe, because that's irresponsibility and that's a person being dumb. They deserve to be punished. But say like, I don't know, it's icy roads and you spin out and you crash into someone and people die in that car. You can get arrested for manslaughter, even though that wasn't your fault.
Mm-hmm.
That you can still get arrested and put in prison for quite a while. Like if you say you crashed into a family of four's car and all of them died, you would get given a life sentence for that
I
because
feel
you've
like there should
killed
be different.
four
Should be
people.
different stats. Well, not stats. Fucking
Man's got different stats.
the-
It's not what you in here for. It's what's your
different sort of
stats.
levels. What's your manslaughter stat?
No, see that's why I always find the prison talk interesting, because like the people who are always like, "Oh, I think death sentence should be allowed," and it's like, "Oh, well, why? Like, what about and then they're like, "Oh, because murderers deserve to be killed." And it's like, "What if it was an accident?" Well, no, then. And it's like people are very general. Oh, fuck. People are very general with the sentence. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, it's not as simple as someone being a murderer. There's the whole case behind it. Like, did that person murder the person because that person had been harassing them slash like being a massive, like, say there's a dude who was throwing bricks through your windows every other day and he wasn't getting arrested and you just got angry and you killed him, right? Like you say you threw a brick at him
Just a
and he
sec.
died,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm warm enough. Thank you. Back to what you're saying.
Pog. Right.
Don't leave that in, please. Please. Please, Logan. Please.
I mean, I can't really remove it, but I'll try. So thing. What was the what was I saying? Oh yeah, murders. People. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, you like this should be allowed, this shouldn't be allowed. Or like death sentence should be allowed on murderers, and it's like, you know, things. It's like as well the because I feel like one of the dodgy topics is like is kiddie fiddling. because like half
This
of
is
the
a
people
kidney failure.
just said kiddie fiddling.
Oh, I think it's a kidney failure.
I feel like the biggest crime we should talk about is kidney failure. Man's got
If your
kidney
kidney
failure
stop,
arrested.
if your kidney
Life
stops
sentence.
failing, man, you just get shot right on the spot. You should only be allowed to live if your kidneys work. What are you poking? I don't even see.
Right. Right. So, because like, do you what like for kiddie fiddlers? Do you think they deserve Do you think they deserve the same punishment as a murderer?
Probably yes.
For what reason do you say that?
A child does not. The child doesn't really know what's going on, does it?
But at the
If it's
same,
like a
see,
younger
right,
child, it doesn't really know that it's being kiddie fiddled.
right, because I can't say this in a way where it doesn't sound awful, but is that as bad as taking another person's life?
Well, it's taking another person's dignity, and quality of life. Would you rather be dead or have a bad quality of life because you were raped as a child?
But how does bad quality in life and I feel like mental stability are two very different things. Quality of life would imply that
Yeah, but
like
mental. If you have a
child
bad mental
child
stability,
child
you're
gets
gonna have both.
raped, child also becomes in council estate. Like if you could come from the royal family, but if you get raped, council estate. Like I feel like that's not. I feel like live like stand like quality of life and personal quality is different because I have a fairly good quality of life, but because I've got things VR and like I have a warm room and well, unfortunately, I have a computer and TV and things like that. I feel like I would have a good quality of life. I'm not necessarily a happy person, but I have a good quality of life. I feel
Mm.
like you wouldn't. It's not like you would have a bad quality of life. You would just have you may struggle with some forms of psychological or like traumas and things. But like if you said to me, would I rather have a trauma or be dead? I think I'd rather have a trauma. I think I'd
Hmm.
rather have been like raped as a child or like beaten or abused than be dead, depending on my situation, depending on how bad the situation was.
Hmm.
Because I feel like again, like there's extents to it. Like, was this just like as awful as it is, like parent touch child, or is this like whole like organization thing, like a dark web child, like like human trafficking things? This is a human trafficking thing. That's a different kettle of fish.
Mm.
But if it's like parent touch child, then I feel like that I because it's definitely a traumatic thing, but I feel like that isn't a completely life devastating, like nothing will ever be the same, like you can't live happy, you can't go anywhere, like you can't make any progress in life because of that kind of thing. Like if like I feel like there's extents to it. Like I feel like if you kidnap the child, fiddle the child, and then either dump the child somewhere or kill the child, that is very different. Like there's extents to it. Thing I saw recently, there's a there's a Japanese killer. You've probably seen the video, knowing you, but there's a Japanese killer called the Otaku Killer. Well, that was his nickname that he got because he was a weeb. He was a
Hmm.
weeb before weebs were normal. So like he watched lots. He had loads of manga and stuff, and he watched a lot of porn, a lot of hentai and
Hmm.
stuff. But he had like a he was pretty He was pretty loner.
Hmm.
He's a very stereotypical
As
weeb.
usual.
He was a very stereotypical weeb, which kind of
Hmm.
put like a bad impression
Yeah.
on like weebs and stuff at the time. But anyway, like he kidnapped children, like took photos and like recorded children, raped the child, and killed the children. The first one he did, he dismembered the thing, burnt it like what after it was dead, and then sent the bones back to the family.
That's a rip moment.
Like I feel like, you know, because he was sentenced to death. Do you think he deserved that?
Yes.
There you go then. Do you think he deserved any thought form of like respect of human rights after doing that?
Well, oh fucking no.
No, because like once you've like actually violated human rights, you can't really claim your own.
I don't imagine he's trying to claim his own.
No, he did. He tried to plead guilty for a long time.
So you're saying that I get it, that dude is a dumb bitch and he deserved death. But you're saying that people who kill murderers are pussy grabbing messiahs.
No, I'm not saying that. I never said that at all. They're no better than any other person, but I don't think that they are bad people. I think people, and I think the word kill implies they're not beaten to death. Most of the ways people are killed are painless. Like nowadays, I think the most common killing is the lethal injection, where it's literally completely painless. The most painful part about it is the fact that they know they're gonna die. Which after killing people, you're probably getting what you deserved.
The kid's sniffing the floor.
Konnichiwa, small child.
Hey,
Why are they all 6?
I got a gun.
Okay, I request of you to go elsewhere, thank you. That would be greatly appreciated. Just gonna sit back on my chair. Just gonna block him.
That's what you.
Just gonna block him. Man's literally called Loudcat. Is any of the people on who were on yesterday yet? By the seams of it, no. Anyway, where'd that kid go? What's he doing? Oh, you know, I'm just gonna ignore him. Right. So, are you still alive?
Yeah, yes, I'm still alive.
Okay. Right. On like human rights and stuff, like I feel like once you've violated someone, like because once again, the people who do the lethal injection, they probably do get guilt. Like it's the same as like a military sniper, right? A military sniper does have to kill people. Most snipers in the military tend to come out with forms of PTSD because of the fact that they know that they're killing someone. And the difference between being like a normal marine or just a foot soldier is a sniper's assassin. A lot of snipers were assassins. They were
Sniper
given a
is physically
target.
trained to kill.
Yeah, that's the point. But you still get that thing of like they've ended someone's life. That person probably had a family at home. And a lot of the people that they would target to kill weren't bad people. They just fought for the wrong side. You know,
Mm.
like you would come out with trauma, and I imagine it's similar to people who have to give people the lethal injection. Less so than a sniper, because a sniper obviously they do have to kill like somewhat innocent people. But like you're still killing someone. You're still taking lives. Like there's probably less. There's probably some messed up people who enjoy doing it. There's probably some people who probably get turned on by doing it. But
Probably.
like I feel like there's still bad stuff to it. But at the same time, like I feel like people who are gonna like it's no Batman complex. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can't really say like oh there's no good in not killing them. Like the Batman idea of like if you kill a murderer, you haven't like if you however many murderers there is, if you kill one, you become a murderer, therefore the number of murderers hasn't changed. But like, if a dude kills 6 people and you kill 1, you've gotten rid of a murderer. Like, that's all it is. Like, again, it is situational. If this man has been, like, domestic abuse, right? If this man has been being domestically abused for, like, for however long, right? And he eventually fights back, right? And kills the other person. He was being domestically abused, and in the end, it's self-defense. If you can claim self-defense, then you wouldn't get the death sentence. Same for people who are like psychologically, like unable to decide between right and wrong. You know, so people with schizophrenia, people with like heavy autism, people with Down syndrome, people with
It's a similar question, right?
carry on.
How do you feel about the transplant cause and the transplant the tran the transpanic clause in America?
Don't know what they are actually, so educate me.
It basically states that it's a legal right of defense to say you shot someone because they thought they were transgender.
See, that's a different kettle of fish. That's just a bad American law that I believe isn't even real.
Oh, you can look it up. It is real.
It won't be real because if you shoot a trans person, you can still get arrested for it.
Yeah, you can still get arrested, but it's illegal. You can legally defend yourself with that statement.
See, again, that's just America being messed up. I'm on about the prison system here. American law system, none of that makes sense. They've got their amendments. Like freaking, they've got the freaking the right to defend yourself. Like, why does that need to have a gun? I was saying that. I was saying like you can defend yourself with anything. You don't need a rifle to defend yourself. Like, do you have a chair? Like, do you have a? You use like a torch. I don't know. Throw a rock at them. You don't need to use a high caliber shot. You don't need to use a buckshot to blow this man 6 weeks into Sunday because he snuck into your house.
Maybe like ate a crisp, your crisp draw.
Like, it's a bit dumb. America, their system's dumb. I'm not gonna dispute that. They've got dumb stuff like that that's been there for way too long and that they haven't gotten rid of yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna question that, but that's a different side of it all. That's like that's more that's like the legal side of it. I'm on about the prison side of it, like the actual conviction.
Yeah.
So like if you plead guilty, these are the things. So like obviously under the assumption that was a thing, just scratch that. That doesn't make a difference. If you kill a man because you thought he was trans, you're still gonna get killed because you killed the person.
You could possibly not.
What
If
do
you
you
say
mean?
that they were transgender. If you
Yeah,
say that they...
I'm operating under the assumption that isn't a thing because it probably is because it's America. But like I imagine by the time that they make decent laws, that will probably get removed. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
by the time someone who doesn't look like O.J. Simpson, it looks like Grandpa Simpson.
Anyway, right. So say like you are a person and you plead either psychologically unable to decide between right and wrong because obviously like there's that's like one of the things, like if you are unable to decipher between right and wrong, like if a child murders someone, they don't get put on the lethal injection because they probably didn't know they can't do that. Just been messaged. You just sent me a thing. Is this that law thing?
Uh-huh.
Gay panic defense.
Yeah, I thought it was trans panic defense.
Yeah, well, it's gay panic defense. See, that doesn't make sense. That one's dumb. That one was probably just some politician who didn't like gays, probably a long time ago, put that law in place. It's probably one of those laws like in the USA that no one remembers.
Hmm.
Like I imagine most of the time, I imagine it's not very often used in a court of law because most people can't remember it. But still,
I'm pretty sure some Americans say like they literally remember that woman who was like you basically lived off the Bible.
yeah.
Some Americans probably live off the amendment.
Oh yeah,
Like that
a
one lived
lot
off
of
the Bible.
Americans do. Like it's usually like the gun nuts, the ones that are like, I like my rifles.
Mm.
I don't know why I said that in an Australian voice because Australia is like very
Rifles.
against guns. They're very against guns, probably more against guns than we are as a country. But I think out as a country, like in the northeast, we don't really have a gun problem, at least as far as I'm concerned. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. Sherburn Road, there's gunshots quite frequently.
Yeah,
We don't have a
probably one.
serious gun problem in
There'll probably be
England.
one in about 5 minutes. To be honest.
Yeah, like we don't have a serious gun problem. Like the most people get are like fucking little blickies. They don't no. There's not many people in the UK walking around with like AR-15s and RPGs and fucking
Mhm.
G36s. Like it's usually like
Like
small
that
arms.
German cyborg from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Like I think the worst place for gun crime is like London and stuff. Then you got like fucking like Manchester and Birmingham, which have fucking knife crime. So
Yeah, London's got like I think the best got is probably like spring action pistols.
fucking BB guns where they got nails in them.
This is just, this just has like a sharp object, like a Nerf gun, like Nerf gun bullets.
Yeah, but like I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that that's like dumb, but like I still think if you've commit a very like bad act, like an act that's just like crime against humanity, like like or war crimes, things like that. Like if you these things are like a big like don't like self defense, fair enough. Like or if it's like manslaughter, fair enough, it shouldn't count. But like if you stab and murder three people, like you can't say it's self defense. Like if you turn around like I can't remember who it was, but like there's a I think it was actually the same person, the otaku dude, like stabbed someone like 100 times. It was like you can't stab someone 100 times and say yes, it was self defense.
I think crucially, you can't stab someone 100 times. There's not enough space.
Like there's this like there's a mutilation thing as well because like in the UK I like or in England actually there's a I think a dumb thing is you get fined for punching someone if they break in your house. Like if someone broke into my house right now and I clattered them, I could get a fine for that, which I think is dumb because
We can't just particularly nicely ask them to
yeah,
leave.
that's my thought on it. Like I'm not gonna go, excuse me, sir, can you please leave my house? And then proceed to get clattered. You just clart the man. You just you
Just
clart
throw
him.
hands.
You call the police, and then he gets arrested. Like if you kill him, that's a different kettle of fish. And if you kill him in self defense, like if this dude has a knife and you throw a brick at him and it kills him, he had a knife.
Hmm.
But like if you and obviously
I mean,
there's
he did
obviously
have a brick.
there's intention. I mean I don't know. It might have a brick fetish. He might be putting his pee in brick holes. But
You just
just
throw a
like
brick at him, he
I
whips
don't
his
know.
dick out in 0.2 seconds. Oh,
Like you throw say you like hurt someone. Like there's extents. You know, if this person didn't have any weapons and you ran at them with a knife and just shanked them up, then that's again like they
mhm.
weren't gonna hurt you. And like
Yeah,
if they have a gun, like you know, and also I think there should be a bias on it, like because there's the intention to use kind of thing. Like if this man has a knife, you can't really decide in a moment of like a person is breaking into my house and they have a knife. You can't really look at them and profile them and go, are they really going to use that though? Because if they did use it, then you're already dead.
Uh-huh.
You kind of got to act before you think. Because if you think, you're going to die.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's like about to be stabbed and go, is he really gonna use that?
Like, if a man walks into your house with a gun, you're not going to go, sir, this is not your home. Like, because you're going to get shot. Or at least, like, there's a good chance you're going to get shot. So you just either attack him or call the police. And I feel like, obviously, the police would say, like, you should have called us instead of clotting the man. But it's like, you do realize it's going to take you, like, 10 minutes to get here. Like, this man's going to nick my stuff. This man's came into my house. He's going to nick my Xbox Series X. That thing took me 4 years to get. Like, I'm going to clot him. Because my valuables don't mean as much as his jaw. Like, it's
Uh-huh.
gonna heal. My wallet ain't. Like, just punch him and, like, if you should be legally allowed to clot a man if he walks into your house and you don't know him. And, like, if he walks into your house, you don't know him, he doesn't have permission to come into your house, you should have full permission to just,
Uh-huh.
Because you can't get arrested for it, but you can get fined for it, which is dumb. Like, who is gonna, like, just go, no, when you go into their house? Like, you're just not. It's dumb. There's a lot of laws in the UK that I think are dumb. Like, there's that one, and then there's manslaughter. I think that's way too heavily punished for, like, simple. Like, I mean, depending on the situation. Because if you're drunk driving and you run a child over, yeah, you deserve the punishment you're getting. But if this is like fucking, I don't know, heckin', like,
Mark
man,
from down Sainsbury's.
yeah, if it's just Mark from down Sainsbury's stacked up the cans weed and a can falls on a child, he kills it. Like, there was no intention, or there was no like, because if you're drunk driving, like, I feel like that should be classed as like, that's
Your
that's
fault.
already an offense. That's like your fault. If things happen and a child gets hurt or someone gets hurt, like, it's not your fault. It's like, I don't know what the like things are on a zoo. Like, if a child gets into I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking about it right now. Like, I wonder what the punishment is for, like, if a child, like, or person gets into a zoo, like, if and they get, like, attacked by an animal. What's the punishment there? Like, do the zookeepers get punished, or does the child, or does the parents get punished for being dumb, or the person get
In
punished for being dumb?
in some places the animal gets punished.
Fuck. So that's
No, it's
dumb.
actually true. The animal gets punished because people in that place have a religion like based around the fact that every single living thing has free will.
See, I mean, I can slightly agree with it. Like something should be said about the animal, but, like, at the same time, it, if a lion sees a small thing running around near it, it's not gonna go, eh. It's gonna either see it as a threat or see it as food. Like, you're gonna have to expect an animal's an animal, and yeah, an animal has free will. Free will means that it can decide on what it wants to do. And when it sees small thing that it doesn't understand going, yeah, it's gonna attack it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when children, it's like when you see those videos on YouTube where a child smacks a dog and the dog barks at it. It's like, what did you expect the dog to do? Like, I hate that when, like, a dog, like, because that happens in our country. If a dog bites a child, the dog can get put down, even if the child walked up to it and just clattered it.
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense. Get a better child. Get a new one. That one's broken.
Get a new one.
Like, teach your children stuff. Or, like, look at your children. Like, I hate parents so much nowadays, right? I hate, like, it's the worst ones, like, the middle, like, the 20s ones. They're, like, between 25 and 16, all of them are awful parents. and then some of them
Yeah.
are a bit older, right? Freaking right. My my experience, my worst experience with a mum, right, was this mum. They had about 5 kids. She looked like she was about 25, right? She had about 5 kids. She was on her phone, like she had a pram in one hand with 2 kids in it, a phone in one hand, and 3 kids just roaming about, right? And she was crossing the road. And one of her children almost got run over, and she shouted at the child for not paying attention. I was so tempted to walk up that woman and be like, I like nick her phone, smash it, and go, right, look after your kids, or I'm gonna literally kill you.
Mm.
Like, why would you don't have kids if you're that senile? If you're that dumb, don't have kids.
Like honestly, take some responsibility for what fell out your fanny from.
Yeah, like for both mums and dads, take responsibility. Like, right, for dads, take responsibility of the semen that you shoved inside of a woman to make her pregnant, and for a woman, look after the thing that fell out your fanny. Like,
Uh-huh.
just look after it. Like, if you're gonna have and if you're not gonna look after it, abort it. Get rid of it.
Uh-huh.
Don't let it live in a world where it's probably going to get ran over anyway because you're too busy texting Sandra.
Aye.
It's so. I hate parents. I will forever hate
Yeah.
parents.
I feel like
Like,
we've been talking about law a bit much.
yeah, fair enough. Right, anyway, right. Let's different topic. Right. How about what's your opinion on bad
Hang on.
parents?
Uh, well, I haven't really seen too many, but honestly, they all need to be sterilized. Shut
Please
up,
be
fam.
quiet. Arigato gozaimasu. Goodbye.
Anyway,
Right. What's your opinion on abortion?
um, great. If you don't want a child, don't have a child. It's wonderful.
See, that's smart. What's your opinion on people who think abortion is bad?
Um, go eat a drywall.
See, I agree, right? Because why would you be against alright, Jameson, her mom is against abortion, right? Uh and it's like because for moral reasons, for it being like, well, it's still a life kind of thing. It's like I think that's so dumb.
Yeah,
Like
if you're pro-life, you should at least be vegan. If you're pro-life and not vegan, then shut face.
like I hate it because it's like it doesn't it's not conscious, right? Legally, right? Legally, a baby in a womb is classed as an organ.
Hmm.
Therefore, like, stop complaining.
It doesn't. It doesn't have free
It's not
will. It's not gonna
alive
be like.
yet.
It doesn't have an opinion.
Man doesn't even have arms and legs. Why does he? Why does he deserve to get a choice
Man
on
is
whether
a.
he's going to live or not?
Man's literally a non-cancerous tumor
Yeah,
because it literally sucks nutrients from the mum.
yeah, that's what it does. It grows, consumes nutrients until a point where it can become like when it comes out. Like the reason when it comes out is when it's like actually gains brain function.
Uh huh.
Like before that, it's not alive.
Yeah,
It's the
it's not.
same.
It's not.
It's alive in the same way a tree's alive. Yes, it consumes stuff. Yes, it gets energy, but it's not. It does. It's not going to turn around and throw a hissy fit.
I know it's
Like if
not.
you
It
kill it,
doesn't
it's
think
not
you
going to
have free
come. Out,
will.
it's not going to come back down you. Like it doesn't care.
Is there a child screaming, or is that just the wind?
It's that into the nicky nicky dude. It's got a kid in
It's
his basement.
that.
All right.
Oh, I had a really good topic, but I've forgotten the name of it.
I just got an upskirt from Minjin with Babish, bro.
Oh yeah, I had a really bad fucking. Right, what was the fucking? I don't know. Anyway, what's your opinion on people who pretend to be depressed?
Oh yeah, that one. I forgot. I forgot about that one. All right. I have a big problem with them. because like there's people with actual problems, you know.
Mhm.
There's people who actually have issues.
Yeah.
Why do you have to pretend to have those issues for attention? Like it's usually attention.
Okay.
Like I read because there's the very very small minority of them who like sometimes think they're depressed when they're not. But
Yeah.
like usually, um, usually it's just like people who really want attention,
Uh-huh.
and I
Like
think that's
take
dumb.
our
Yeah, him,
acquaintance.
it. Uh,
The thing.
I hate it so much. It's like why? Like you can call
Because you want
yourself
it.
depressed. I am sad quite a lot. I get depression sessions, right? But I'm not depressed. I don't post on my Instagram like, oh, I want to die. I'm gonna cut my fingers because I have depression. Like, I just go listen to some depressing music and cry because that's like easy. That's the way to deal with things when you're sad. Not just be like, I'm so depressed. Oh my god. Like,
Uh-huh.
if you're sad, that doesn't make you depressed. Like, I remember, like, the most annoying thing you'll ever do, right, is if you're upset, right, or in a bad mood, and you put depressing music on because it kind of like helps vent yourself,
The
right?
the tears flow.
Yeah, not even the tears for it just helps you feel more like it's a good reminder that like you're not the only sad person, but like
Mhm.
it's so awful reading the comments and there'll be people like, oh my god, I relate to this so much. And there'll be dude talking about like how his like wife and children have been like murdered, and it's like, oh my god, I relate to this so much. It's like, shut up, you don't. So many people in the comments. I remember, right? Do you know that you know that one song freaking the Don't Stay Away for Too Long one. That one, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Deathbed, that's what it's called. Right. I remember someone saying in the comments that that's what their sister said before they died, like don't stay away for too long. I remember being like, that didn't happen. Like
No,
I I don't believe that that happened.
his sister's probably alive and works at N Power.
Yeah, like I just don't believe that that happened. Like you know what, it might have, but really, the chances of a person saying that on their deathbed, right? I just don't believe it. It's too,
Like,
it's way too sappy and stereotypical.
yeah, it's too perfect.
Yeah, like when you're on your deathbed, you don't say something like that. You either say something dumb, you say something sad, or you say bye. Like you're not like don't stay away for too long. That's what you hear like in a movie when like that's like what you expect in Endgame when Big Man Stark died. Like
Mhm.
that's not what you expect from freaking what's this kid doing? I swear to God, it's not what you expect from your
Ch-
dying sister. You probably
Tony Potato Starch.
like you don't expect that when you live in a council estate. Like your council estate sister, who's probably a prosy, didn't say that.
I know.
Like you know, if she died, fair enough. But like, don't say that like that's what you said. Don't abuse that power of that person is dead. I hate
Mhm.
people like that use like death as an excuse for everything as well. Like, I can understand people who need to mourn. You know, like I can. I'm just walking about now. By the way, I'm just having a
I
walk.
don't know where you are.
I'm over here.
Oh, hello.
I feel like it got a bit boring in there. Like just the environment got a bit stale, so I'm having a bit of a walkabout. But like,
Spice it up a bit.
yeah, I feel like you know, death isn't an excuse. You know, death is just a thing that happens. Like
Mhm.
everyone dies. Like everyone's gonna die eventually. You can't turn around and be like,
No, I don't
oh,
want it.
my nan died. Um, I want to raise. Like I understand that it doesn't happen very often, like that much. I realize a lot of people who, when people die, they mourn about it. But there's a few people, like I'd say like a third of the people, when death happens, it becomes an excuse. Like I've heard,
Yeah.
I remember, I've been in a lot of Discord servers, right? And I was very depressed at the time. I was very sad. So I would go to places to not seek comfort, but like to just hear other people be sad, right?
Just to know that you're not alone.
Yeah. And there was so many people that were sad for such minute reasons.
Uh-huh.
Like there was some people in there that were just like, "Oh, I'm lonely. I want to kill myself." And in my head, I was just like, "Bruv, like that isn't a reason to die." Like I can understand like feeling depressed and feeling suicidal, but like people who've like who say that they've like tried to commit suicide before because like Grandad Josephine died, it's like everyone dies. You can't be sad forever, you know? Like have
Like,
your mourning, but don't be sad forever because you don't need to be.
you gotta get over your pet gerbil. You gotta get over your pet gerbil, Jameson.
Like this I like some people it becomes like a personality trait, you know? For some
Uh-huh.
people they make death like their personality trait and it's so dumb. I disagree with it a lot
Uh-huh. Same.
because it's like and like some people make loneliness a personality trait. Like it's not. It's like when the whole like introvert thing, like it's like oh yeah, getting your introvert friends to go outside. It's like introvert is such a general word. Like just because I'm an introvert doesn't mean I don't want to go outside. I'm not that lonely.
Mm-hmm.
like 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 for example, introvert. Everyone sees introverts as like people who don't have friends, who don't talk to people, who like never want to go outside. Like literally that whole stream yesterday, I was talking to people perfectly fine. I don't have an issue talking to people. I just don't necessarily like having lots of friends. I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
have like three really good friends that I can trust than 100 alright friends,
Mm-hmm.
mates.
I usually find myself having like a group of just superficial surface level friends and then a couple of really deep friends.
Yeah, see, I like my thing is I generally have like you Jameson, you're pretty much just you and Jameson like the only people I have like proper conversations with, like in the sense of like these
Mm-hmm.
because like Adam generally he doesn't understand like not in a mean
He's
way, but like
he's not
he
really he's not particularly insensitive about it.
he generally doesn't
doesn't
have an
really
opinion on it more often. It's generally like he doesn't really care that much about it about most things that don't involve him,
yeah.
but not in a selfish way. Just like he doesn't really pay attention to it if it doesn't involve him, or at least
Uh-huh.
from what I've found. So like I don't really talk to him about the stuff because he generally never has an opinion on it. So if I talk about things, he generally not really having any opinion on it.
inventions I made. It's actually the nap, but they think it's like it's run.
Bruh, they think they're gonna die.
Come over here. Jump here. Jump here.
Why does
Jump
man
here.
speak in fan?
Here. You have to jump and go over like that. Oh
Just gonna
no.
wait.
Chase them down.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stand down now. Alright, oh well.
So we're gonna make. Oh, they came!
Oh, the game! Follow the children.
There we go. That's an ominous sentence.
You never cut me.
You
You
never
never
caught
cut
me. Why is he screaming?
He's afraid.
Yeah, but why is he naked and
Got a
afraid?
lawnmower in the background.
Yo, I think
Man's dad is a
getting
lawnmower.
to be like lost and
I've
found
shot this
or
man in the head. I'm done.
lost and never
Bonk.
found or something.
Anyway, yeah,
Oh God.
people who had
It's like
conversations with.
hey, slide. Make yo slide. I'll slide with you. 3, 2, 1. Yo, we're gonna slide. Fine, I'll slide first.
Yo, this would be a great
Yo,
map
are
for
you
like
there?
paintball.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, should we
Yeah.
get back to the conversation?
Sure. I'm standard now. That's a thing.
Cool. We're
How
gonna
long
get
have we
back in
been
shape.
recording for? 55 minutes. I think we should try and wrap it up. Because
Hang on, one more topic.
Okay.
Then we're gonna be done.
Do you have a topic?
I believe autistic people. Who are you shooting at? Oh, it's the tree. I believe autistic people, like most people, just seriously do not get autism.
Agreed.
Like, I'll see, like, my stepmom, she's a wench. You know that. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, like, do you remember Charlie Wolfhard?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to. He used to bully me. So at one time, I grabbed him by the neck, and he went a bit purple.
Why didn't you kill him? You could have saved so many people's lives by doing
I
that.
tried to, but Miss Howard came in and stopped me, and then told me
Oh.
off seriously.
Unfortunately.
Miss Howard was a cunt as well.
Yeah, I didn't like her. She was so
No,
boomer. Like she was
I
so
know.
incredibly like traditional per se. She was so like, you should eat porridge for breakfast. Like, that's how traditional she was. She thought porridge was like the only breakfast.
She was so traditional. She was Russian.
Yeah, she was so traditional. She literally looked like a babushka.
But yeah, even in secondary school, one time, right, this dude was seriously getting him on my nerves, so I just flat out punted him.
Bog.
So I just flat out punted him, right?
Yeah.
So I went home. Well, let me first explain what type of autism I have. I'm pretty sure I have Asperger's. Shut your face.
I like that you can't even say it serious. You can't say Asperger's. You have to say Asperger's.
Asperger's then.
Yeah, not Asperger's.
Asperger's.
Man's got Asperger's. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
Anyway, or something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
Or just a jet.
I can
I'll have to ask my mum
back
again.
that because I know a dude with Asperger's and he acts quite similar to you. Apart from he's a massive nerd.
What
But
a
carry on.
loser. But yeah, I punted this kid, right? And then
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd punted this kid, and I'd gone home. My dad had realized. So my dad, right? He said, "Oh, you're not meant to hit people. Come on now, son." Like he had a talking to us. But Julie sat us down for half an hour and had a full-out talk on how I'm going to get arrested if I get caught.
Like, see, right, in England, if you smack someone because they are being a wanker, you're not gonna get arrested in England anyway. Also, that other dude's on. Do you want to make that a separate recording? Do you want me to like cut this one off? We'll interview him and then be done. Because if he's on, I want to get it done.
Yeah, but just one more thing, right?
Yeah.
One time, my mum had left for the week to London, just for the week. And, oh fuck. And so, my dad decided let's go back to your mum's. I wonder where mum is. So they take us back and say, your mum's gone to London for a week. So Julie's sitting there and she says, your mum's abandoned you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What in the actual shit is wrong with you, you actual human trash bag? You've just told a literal 10 or 11-year-old his mother has abandoned him.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God. Now, whenever I see it, I want to punch her in the face. She even spat in my mum's face. I don't even remember why. She's just a
Probably no
fucking cunt.
reason.
She's just a genuine fucking cunt.
Agreed. I
She
dislike
constantly
your
argues
mother,
with my dad.
your stepmother.
She constantly argues with my dad for no fucking reason whatsoever. Probably because she's a fucking asswipe, but you know.
See, I agree with that. I hate people like that. They're all scum.
I hope she
Anyway,
goes fucking burn herself. Die in a fucking
agreed.
helicopter crash.
On that amazing positive note, notifications please go away. On that absolutely positive, honestly never seen such a positive situation. I'm gonna end that here. So, sayonara,
Shalom.
ich liebe dich.